Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we are here at Southampton with the lovely people from Offshore Powerboats in Lymington, who we are big fans of, it has to be said, on this channel, to have a look at the Aquador HT250 that sits in front of you here. Now, Aquador is part of the Nimbus brand. You possibly knew that already. So these are very much a Finnish boat built in Finland, and the 250 is brand new, hot off the press, as they say. Quite logically, you'll notice it comes outboard powered. Outboard is the only power option on this particular one, and as you can see, Mercury 250 V8. That is going to give you something in the region of the mid 30s, so 36, 37 knots as a maximum speed. So let's have a look on board, straight onto this massive actually bathing platform for an outboard powered boat. Synthetic teak all the way around, and again, very practically finished. You can see the storage here for the fenders. I've got no idea what's in this locker, so let's go on a journey together. Just a bit more space, and then there's also another locker down here, which I'm intrigued to see what's in there. Oh, stern anchor, typically finished. So the idea is, in Scandinavian countries, what they tend to do is take the front of the boat up to the rocks and anchor off the stern, hence the stern anchor. There's also a bow anchor as well, which we will see in a moment. So entry is through this little sea gate here. It's really neat. Little step in. Down there you can see your bilge pump or your whale pump into this quite cosy but very secure little cockpit area. I'm just going to turn around so you get the full benefit of that. So this is dark mocha seating all the way around, and as you'd expect, storage underneath all of these seats here, and this really quite beautiful hydraulic table that then folds out for eating, just to give you a bit more space. Beautiful wood, absolutely beautiful. And obviously you've got the overhang of the, I was going to say flybridge, but it's not. You've got the overhang of the hardtop there with illuminator or glass panels in there to let the light through. And in the same way forward, you've then got this twin, so 1 and 2 glass sunroofs that slide all the way forwards and all the way back. They're manual on this variant, but it's a pretty simple job to fold them backwards and forwards. And the other neat thing about this particular design, being part of the Nimbus group, is they have these side canopies here. If I can open this without making a mess of it, but effectively the side canopy lives in there, so rather than having to fold it up and putting it somewhere down below deck when it's wet and horrid, you slide it back in there when you don't want it, and when you want it, it slides right the way across this little rail you can see in here, right the way around, and infills the whole of this aft section, giving you completely inside space. So a boat for all weathers, particularly great in Britain, where it has a knack of raining when you don't want it to. So say seagate in there, and then in here you've got your, let's fold that out of the way for a sec, get that out of the way. In there you've got your battery isolator switches and all your 12 volt and 240 volt trip switches. Made a mess of that, haven't I? Galley is in here as well, so effectively galley up. Little fridge in there, and then under here is a Wallace diesel hob, and then this section here folds down to give this worktop. Beautiful little pop-up lights in there. Oops. And then that over there is the controller down there for the diesel hob. Moving forward, you're taken to the helm station area. So a couple of very decent, really comfortable looking captain's and navigator seat, and then there's a separate forward facing seat here for guests and friends. The thing I love actually here more than anything is the removal of these carling switches, which were getting very popular, to relay switches. Much more practical, much longer wearing, and this one here has twin Simrads. So you can see this one's set on the engines and this one is set on the navigator, and then over here you have the bow thruster, sorry, windlass, and then bow thruster, fusion stereo control and throttle control, obviously for the single engine, but great visibility looking back when you're docking. Fantastic visibility right the way through these windscreens, and because of the glass sliding sunroof, it also gives you the ability to stand up and look forward as you're going along. So that's the cockpit space. Just for the sake of it, there is storage obviously underneath the table as you'd expect, and then where we're standing here is a big storage locker as well. Again, proving the quality. It's all lined, the GRP is gel coated in there, rubber seals, and a nice stainless gas strap to keep it up. Just drop that down. Oh, there's something in here as well, look. Oh, another little rubbish bin, storage bin in there. Fridge under the helm seat, so if I jump up, turn myself round, you can then see the forward cabin. Single cabin obviously because of the size of the boat, but a very nice cabin in here. Again, beautiful high gloss dark wood. Very effectively full beam forward berth. This particular one's got like a, what's it called, gel cover on it, and then underneath there is a conventional cushion. But you're getting light through those hull windows right the way through on both sides. 4 hatch as well, and then you've got some controllers over there for the air dispatcher heating and 12 volt. Neat little heads in here, very stylish glass sink. It's quite nice to see a separate tap and then a separate shower head as well. Light coming in from that hull window. Little cupboard underneath here, which is all beautifully lined. And then vacuum pump loo over there, and it's quite nice actually. In there is the gauge for the holding tank, so you can tell how full the holding tank is. Not quite standing headroom, so I'm 1.7 m, and I can just about stand in the recess here, but I need to duck myself down just a little bit just to go into the cabin. So on the starboard side, a bit of hanging space in there, a couple of shelves, and then if we nip down under the helm station here, you'll see there's another, I don't know, is that a double berth? Very cosy. If it is, it's probably more likely a single berth. A little bit of storage and access to the amenities in the step there. So there you go. Beautiful boat, beautifully made, very practical, certainly for this country. And yeah, so thank you very much to the guys at Offshore Powerboats. Hope you've enjoyed having a look at this Aquador 250 HT. Do please like and subscribe. And actually, before I finish, I have forgotten, I've been very naughty, I've forgotten the side decks. Typical. So we're going to have a quick walk around the side decks. They are quite narrow, as you can see. Quick step up there, really useful grab handle at the top. That gives you access to, or the ability to see that glass panel in there. You can see the glass sunroofs that slide back there, and you can also spot that this particular variant has got solar panels and space for radar arch, or radar I should say, and nav lights on the top there. There's a midships cleat down here which is pop up, which is really handy because, as I say, these are quite narrow decks, but you can get around and the grab handles are really good. That leaves you forward to the foredeck, where you've got a couple of sun cushions, a hatch to the fore cabin, and obviously access then to your anchor handling gear at the very front here. And because I say it's a finished boat and they like to sort of moor nose to the rocks or bow to the rocks, you've got access straight through here to the rocks, so you can climb ashore, and then in here anchor handling gear, electric anchor winch as you'd expect. So now I can do the wrap. So thank you very much to the guys at Offshore Powerboats in Lymington to let us having a look at this rather lovely Aquador 250 HT. Hope you've enjoyed the tour. Do please like and subscribe, it really makes a difference, and I look forward to seeing you next time round. Thank you very much for watching.